Hi everyone, it's Camille, and this is like my third video today, and I'm so proud of myself because like usually I don't film this many videos, and I hope you guys aren't getting annoyed. I could have pre-recorded some, I guess, and then upload some another day, but I just feel like uploading on them all. So yeah, this is gonna be my Foundations 101 video. I know that not everyone wears foundation, but some do. I'm gonna talk about light coverage and full coverage foundations. Yeah, I like lost my train of thought there. That was weird. I have two light coverage, I have two medium coverage, and I have two full coverage foundations to show you. This is my opinion. Some people might think that like the medium coverage one is full coverage. It's just like your preference. Like for me, my medium coverage ones are medium coverage. For me, my light ones are light. For you, it might be full coverage to have a light coverage foundation. It gets really confusing, but I hope this video isn't too confusing. And I'm going to try to keep it not too long. So I have 6 foundations to talk about, so I'm going to try not to talk about like them for like 5 minutes each, because then you're looking at like a half-an-hour video. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with the light coverage because, yeah. And these foundations I tend to stick to when it gets hot. So summer, because you really don't want like a thick cake foundation when it's like 30 degrees outside. And this is Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I'm talking about like 90 Fahrenheit. You don't want that thick foundation. Also, you sweat more, and then you have like, ugh, it's really disgusting. So I have 2 tinted moisturizers to show you, because that's what I wear when it's hot out. And that's my idea of light coverage. So first is a drugstore one, and it's the CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers, and mine's in the shade 810, light to medium. This is a bit too dark for me right now, but it's like, I only wear this in the summer anyways. Basically, this retails for about $5 to $6. For tinted moisturizers, I tend to either apply them with my fingers, which is like 99% of the time, but if I don't want to, I'll apply with a foundation brush, and I don't know where mine is. So, oh wait, there it is. This is just the Sephora professional one. So what I would do is just put it on the back of my hand, blend it in, apply. It's really straightforward. But yeah. I really like this for the price. I mean, it's like $5 to $6. This is really good. Like, you could buy like multiple of these, keep them in your beach bag, keep them everywhere because they're so cheap. Yeah, definitely really, really good. Also, I like that it's not too dewy. It's quite matte, which I like in the summer too, because like you don't want to have like sparkle all over your face. Like, no, you're already looking greasy. Like, no. My next tinted moisturizer actually like lost its lid and is like destroyed, but it was before it died. Benefit You Rebel Light, and this is expensive. It's like $35, and I honestly don't think it's worth the money. I feel like you can get a foundation this much. Like if you're getting a tinted moisturizer, you already don't want the coverage, so you're not looking for coverage in tinted moisturizer because you don't want the coverage. Because if you wanted coverage, you would get a foundation. So yeah, and this I find irritates if you get too close to your eye area, which is really annoying. This one doesn't at all. I've never had a problem with CoverGirl products. So I would not repurchase this. I would repurchase though, maybe like, not repurchase because I've never purchased it, but I would try maybe a different high-end foundation, because maybe a tinted moisturizer, because maybe they would give more coverage than something like CoverGirl. But to be honest, I haven't tried, so I can't like say. But for me right now, I'm saying you could save with tinted moisturizer and just get the CoverGirl one, because for me it's really good for those days where I don't need the coverage. Because I feel like if I'm using a tinted moisturizer that day, I'll always set it with a powder, because you can't, this is not a face powder, I don't know what I'm talking about. You will always set it with a powder, because if you do not set your tinted moisturizer, it will fall off. Like literally. It's just like a moisturizer with like a tint to it. That's what it's called, tinted moisturizer. So I feel like if this is not that much coverage, you will get the coverage like with the powder, especially if it's a powder with a color. So get like a powder with a color instead of like, for example, a translucent powder. Get one with a powder, because this will add more coverage if you need it. But I would definitely set your moisturizer, definitely. That's like, I set everything, but like if you're going to choose to set a foundation or tinted moisturizer, set a tinted moisturizer, because that stuff like moves around, I find. Unless you've tried a high-end one that doesn't. I've never tried one, but yeah. I'm already like 5 minutes in, and I haven't even talked about foundation yet. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to start with medium coverage. And for me, medium coverage is drugstore foundations. I mean, you can build them up to full coverage if you want, but for me, they're medium coverage. And these are the foundations I tend to wear on an everyday basis, because I don't, like, to school, I don't want, like, tinted moisturizer, because, like, I feel self-conscious. But, like, I don't want full coverage because it's like too much, and I don't like to waste my high-end foundation that much. Even though I am wearing a high-end foundation today, I'm wearing Laura Mercier, but whatnot. I'm going to talk about medium coverage foundation. So the first one is by L'Oreal, and this is the one that comes in the pink top, and I bought this, to be honest, for the packaging because it's honestly so cute. This was a great foundation till I got to the bottom. I think it's because it maybe dried out a little bit, so it's kind of flaky and cakey now. Not good. When I first got this foundation, it was my favorite. How I applied it different ways. Like when I first got it, I applied with my fingers, which I really didn't like. For a while, I would apply it with a foundation brush, which I don't really like. My favorite way is either using a flat top brush, like this one from Sonia Kashuk, and just buffing it in, like buffing it in. Or you could use a full-on stippling brush, which is hard because the container is small, so you kind of gotta like press it in and then stipple and blend. Yeah. But overall, I think this is a really great foundation. It gives you kind of that airbrush look. It just sucks when you get to the bottom because I feel like it doesn't look very good. It also has a cream consistency, which is not so good for acne prone skin. Like when my skin was more acne prone than it is now, I felt like this was bad for my acne. I don't know if it broke me out, but like I didn't feel like it helped my acne. So I don't know. My next foundation is the Almay TLC, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I have tried, by the way, a lot more foundations than this. These are just the ones I have on hand. So if you have any questions about like Rimmel foundations, I've tried Revlon, like so many of the Revlon ones. I've tried Revlon Photo Ready, Revlon, like, I'm just not talking about them because I don't have them. But there's a reason why I don't have them. It's because I don't like them, so I haven't repurchased them. I know lots of people like Revlon Color Stay, but that's way too thick and full coverage for me. Like, no. So anyways, this is the Almay TLC Truly Lasting Color 16-Hour Makeup, and this is one of my favorites. It comes in a pump, which I love. This is in the shade Naked. And yeah, it's just a really good foundation. I don't even know what to say about it. It just has that medium coverage. It gives you the coverage, but does not look cakey. It looks really natural. It blends really good. I either apply it with my foundation brush again, so just pump, apply, or I do pump on my hand, flat top, buff it in. Those are the two of my favorite ways to apply this. I feel like if you apply this with your fingers, it will look terrible because it does have a kind of a sticky consistency. But yeah, I really like this one. Yeah, so out of these two, I'd probably recommend this one if you're looking for a medium coverage foundation. But this one is really good too. So, I mean, it's a personal preference. Like, some people really like cream foundations, so I'd go with the cream, or some people really like only like liquids. So yeah. Next, I'm going to talk about high-end foundation, and these, I'm warning you, are really expensive. Well, in my opinion. Obviously, they're not really expensive if you're comparing to like Chanel, maybe. Actually, no, Chanel is like similar pricing, but anyways, I have the Makeup Forever HD and the Laura Mercier Silk Cream. And lots of people have like burst videos on which they prefer. I'll tell you right now, I prefer the Makeup Forever HD. And I bought this one first. This one's in the shade 115. This is in Cream Ivory. I'm wearing the Laura Mercier today, just so you guys know, for reference. Yeah, so I'll start with the Makeup Forever HD. This one is cheaper. It's 42. I'm pretty sure it's 42. Or 45, 47. In the 40s. And it comes in like 1,000 shades, which is awesome because there's like a shade for everyone. It comes with a pump, which I love. It's liquid, which I love. It has every characteristic in a foundation that I love. You can build it up. Of course, you can create this. You can make it medium coverage to full coverage. So I do wear this to school sometimes. I just don't build it up as much as I would if I was going out. How I apply it. I used to apply it with my fingers. Lots of people do that. I don't know if I'm that much of a fan. Again, foundation brush works decent. But my favorite way is with the flat top. I think everyone loves a flat top brush for foundation because you really get the coverage while looking natural. I feel like this, you get the coverage, but it kind of can look streaky sometimes. And then with the fingers, you get rid of the coverage. So yeah, that's kind of what I see on brushes wise. But I really like this foundation. This is my all-time favorite foundation, guys. Such a good one. Such a good one. Next is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream. I bought this because of the hype. I'm not going to lie. This is $55 in Canada. And it's a decent full coverage foundation. I feel like it can look cakey though. I don't know if I look cakey today. I was having kind of a bad acne day, so I decided to like, let's just go for it. But it's kind of that cream consistency. It does look natural, but like it still feels kind of thick, like a cream. So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if I believe like all the hype, like the best foundation ever or whatever. Because I really like this one. But this one is getting too light for me because I am tannered out. I came back from California. Like, not that much tanner, but look how light that is. So that's why I've been going more towards this one, which is funny because this is like the third lightest, and this is like the lightest. The lightest of the Laura Mercier is like matching me right now. So if I got paler than this, I think this would be too dark for me. Yeah. Okay, so that was my video. I hope it was helpful, kinda. I don't know if it was. Let me know what your favorite foundation is in the down bar, or if you want to review on anything else, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.